Good evening. This is The Boom and Bust of Bittorrent by Cy, Francis, and Gregory. Introduction. Bittorrent is a P2P file sharing protocol. It was developed by Brown Cohen, and it has revolutionized the internet ever since. Despite its broad use and impact, however, it eventually fell out of favor due to emerging technologies, legal challenges, and lack of business viability. Here's Graham Cohen, shortly sometime after college. He attended the State University of New York for 2 years, but dropped out due to boredom. And despite being a very bright student, he just got bored with classes. He worked for a number of software companies after dropping out, and one notable company was Mojo Nation. What makes Mojo Nation notable is that they were trying to develop software where users can break up their files into encrypted chunks and then disseminate those files over computers running the same software. And this was an inspiration for Brown, who then would use it to develop Bittorrent. Once he developed the protocol, he partnered with his brother Ross and a friend, Ashwin Navid, alumni of Goldman Sachs and Yahoo, to turn the protocol into a business venture. And the idea was to make it kind of like a marketplace, like eBay, where they would have sellers sell bandwidth-intensive content to users, and then the protocol, the Bittorrent, the company, would charge the sellers, a fee to sell their products, or they would charge advertisers a fee to, distribute advertising. So that was the basic idea of their business plan. Oh, and they raised $8.75 million from a company called Gold Capital Management to turn this idea into a viable company. For better or for worse, Bittorrent has had a tremendous influence on the media and entertainment industry. Many users use it to stream movies and content legally as illegally as well, and which has been a problem for many media outlets. Many have sued Bittorrent, most notably the Motion Picture Association of America has sued Bittorrent because of this rapid piracy of others using Bittorrent to steal movies. Yes, many companies have sued because many people can download stuff. Back on slide, please. Due to its open source protocol. However, Bittorrent has taken steps to ensure the reduction of piracy. One such step has been to disable links to the pirated content on other websites that use the protocol. Also, one last thing. So, in its heyday, Bittorrent was very popular, but it's still a little popular today. According to Wire.com in a 2017 article, the inside story of Bittorrent's bizarre collapse, 175 million people use the protocol every month. Facebook and Twitter use it to distribute updates to their services. Florida State University has used it to distribute large scientific data sets to researchers. Bizarre Entertainment has used Bittorrent to let players download World of Warcraft. And recently, Cohen is working with a company called Valve, the maker of an online game called Half-Life 2, to disseminate the game legally to users. And that's all for impact.
So there are some components that gets involved with Bittorrent: a tracker, static data input file, original downloader, and the end user downloader. Since Bittorrent is a P2P file sharing protocol, let's understand what peer-to-peer networks looks like before the operation of Bittorrent. As written previously, P2P stands for peer-to-peer. It is a communication architecture that directly connects with the host called peers. Instead of having a client to server architecture that depends on a always-on server infrastructure, meaning in the P2P architect, all peers have the same compatibility, whereas in the client to server architect, the client will always initiate a communication by sending a request, and the server can only respond back. P2P can be split into two categories: pure P2P and hybrid P2P. In the pure P2P, the subjective chosen peers communicate or share the files without any centralized control, which acts as a client-to-server protocol. A peer can also be removed without interfering or losing any type of files being shared with the neighboring peers. In the hybrid P2P, there's a centralized establishment that keeps information on peers in response to requests Although the central control does not store files because the peers are responsible for hosting the information and then letting the controller know what file needs to be shared and downloading that shareable file to peers that request it. As you might be aware, this is the concept that Bittorrent uses. So in the tracker, now that we're going to get into the operation of Bittorrent of the components, so the first component will be the tracker. So usually server is the tracker in a Bittorrent. So when a peer joins in a torrent, it will start registering itself with the tracker. Routinely, the client informs the tracker that it is still in the torrent and informing the tracker the file it wants to download with an IP address and port number. The tracker responds with a list of peers that's downloading the same file and their contact information, which is represented as a swarm. The meta info file is also called a torrent file, which contains encoded information regarding URL from the tracker, name, and hashes of the file so it can confirm the downloaded pieces of the file. Using a client software will help retrieve the torrent files and to create a torrent file, it'll help to create the original torrent file, and a list of trackers is required. After this is created, the file can be easily shared through email, file sharing, websites, and etc. So in this case, a developer would have to create a URL tracker and input it into a Bittorrent client and get a .torrent file which is shared on the website. The original downloader, also known as seeder, is a peer that has the whole file. It is necessary for the seeder to keep uploading the file until a complete copy is being distributed through the peers. So as long as there is a complete file presented in the torrent, then the file will continue to download for all other peers. The end user downloader are called leechers. Leechers are peers that don't have a complete copy of a file and will receive a list of peers from the tracker that has the pieces of files that the leecher has requested. This will then complete the leecher's requested file and become a seeder. In Bittorrent, they have a piece selection algorithm that decides which piece of files to download while achieving the goals for maximum piece replication.
So I'm going to be talking about the decline and bust of BitTorrent. Right from the beginning, BitTorrent had one major issue, and that was that pirates used it to stream movies illegally through BitTorrent. And to better understand the decline of BitTorrent, let us take a deeper look at each of these reasons individually. So the first factor in the decline of BitTorrent is better legitimate alternatives. Due to the rise of legitimate streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, etc., users have preferred to use them over BitTorrent over the years. And this is a global trend, and this has been on the rise throughout the years as it provides much better reliability, and it is a cost-effective solution as well. So as we can see over the years, the BitTorrent usage has decreased, and also the usage of Netflix over the years has increased. So the second factor is streaming piracy. Not all users have shifted from the usage of BitTorrent towards the legitimate streaming services. Some of them have shifted to using pirated streaming services such as Kodi, where there is no download involved, and you can only stream the video or any music video. So, and this has also been one of the reasons for the decline in BitTorrent due to Kodi. So as we can see, there's a decline in BitTorrent over the years, and also an increase in the usage of the streaming services such as Kodi over the years. And the third factor in the decline of BitTorrent is demographics. The main usage of BitTorrent was between 2003 to 2006 and was mainly used by 18 to 24-year-olds. And that generation now is in its mid 40s, and they have switched to using better legitimate alternatives such as Netflix, YouTube, etc. And young generation now as well prefer them over BitTorrent usage because of its reliability and its cost effectiveness. The fourth factor in the decline of BitTorrent is enforcement. The role of copyright enforcement has also been a huge factor in the decline of BitTorrent. The arrests of Pirate Bay owners and also Kick-Ass Torrent owners has also led to a major decline in the usage of BitTorrent. A recent survey also indicated that the strengthening of these laws, the dwindling revenue, and increasing expenses has also led to the torrent website losing a lot of money or just breaking even. The security issues. The main security issue with BitTorrent is UDP flood attack. The underlying principle of BitTorrent is based on UDP, and in UDP there can be flood attacks wherein the attackers can spoof their addresses and for internet traffic. There is also a possibility of carrying out denial of service attacks, in which the client acts as an amplifier for carrying out an attack at another service. So this is the basic principle between a UDP flood attack, where the attacker can spoof his address and attack any target. Malware. Another study also indicated that most of the files of BitTorrent have lots of malware when they were being downloaded. A recent survey also indicated that almost 18% of files being downloaded contain malware. Another survey also indicated that almost 14.5% of BitTorrent files contain zero-day malware, and that BitTorrent was used as a distribution mechanism for 47% of zero-day malware that they have found. And these are the references that we have used, basically from wired.com, Wikipedia, and plagiarismtoday.com. Thank you.